What is going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. I'm Coach Jace, always with me, Coach Rob, sitting across the table from me today.
Yeah, we're still
So,
trying to figure shit out.
so we might not be doing this today. We definitely won't be doing this today. We'll be looking a little bit more direct at each other, which is pretty
that's
cool.
something
So,
in my that's something in my fucking mouth just now.
yeah,
But if
that's
we
all good.
look to our sides today, we're seeing ghosts.
Or Diesel or Bella.
Well, Bella's over here. She's
Yeah,
not sleeping, but she has her eyes. Her head's down and her eyes are wide open.
yeah.
I,
So,
I don't get it.
we got to go to our sides. But it's an exciting episode again. NFL is over. Congratulations, Eagles. That's done. Baseball season officially underway. We are Friday this week away from LSU kicking off, hence the Tigers tonight. That is what we'll be talking about. We have talked about them. We broke down what was incoming, all the transfers, all the freshmen, what's coming back. Now we got some preseason awards and some preseason rankings with our Tigers, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's exciting. On paper, Coach Rob, whew, man, this team's good.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
paper don't win
wild.
championships.
No, so we said that same shit. Like we said the same shit last year.
Yeah.
It was on paper, it looked immaculate, right? And then after that, like we go ahead and just I don't know, like we just went ahead and fucking shit the bed.
Yeah.
Like on the field, you know. But on paper we look great. It was crazy how good we actually did look and how bad we actually did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense to me. But this year seems like a new year. We should have, from everything I'm seeing, we should have Chase Shores on the bump Friday night. Hey, one thing we didn't do, Jace.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little thirsty. We didn't crack a beer,
Well,
but we're not cracking a beer. We're not on a health kick. I cut the grass today. I need some fucking hydration.
sorry, that was a little far away from you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're next to the fridge now. Ha ha.
Sorry,
Oh,
bud.
yeah. No, I need to kind of rehydrate. Um, but
I am
like,
also not on a health kick. I'm just deciding not to drink for hopefully the whole month. We'll see how that works.
it wouldn't for me. But
Yeah.
uh, dude, it's so what bothers me about these rankings, right, is they came out with the list of the top 75 juniors and who wasn't in it.
Jared Jones.
Okay. Who is the number one first baseman in all of D1 baseball?
Jared Jones.
Who is a first team All American?
Preseason All American. Jared
Preseason.
Jones.
Right. Who is going to drop about 30 home runs this year?
Jared Jones.
Okay. Who is going to be an absolute animal at first base? Not as good as Trey Morgan, but again, we've said it before. We'll say it again. There's no first baseman better than Trey Morgan, especially in college.
Yeah.
Defensively, right? But I think he's going to be up there. I think 100% Jared Jones is going to be way up there.
He was so much improved from freshman to sophomore year, and it's only going to get better from sophomore to junior year. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, look, this is a guy, he's a preseason Golden Spikes Award finalist, number one ranked first baseman, as we said. I mean, this guy is an absolute stud. He raised his average last year, too. I think he had 297 with 28 homers. Take that all day, every day. He's going to have what seems like more protection in this lineup. Because, they moved Tommy White to lead off very late in the year. They kind of shuffled with the lineup a lot last year, which was kind of our gripe at, not at, but toward Jay Johnson was pick a lineup, stick with it, let's go. We don't really have that this year. I mean, there's going to be a lot of lineup shuffling. This team is deep. This team is good. If somebody goes 0 for 10, they're going to find themselves on the bench for a weekend, and you got next man up mentality here. But my goodness, dude, it's so crazy the way they rank this stuff too, right? Because Braswell is ranked as a third baseman. He didn't play third at all last year. Milam ranked as a shortstop. Didn't play short at all last year. Freshman Curiel didn't even play in college last year. Chase Shores, as a starting pitcher, didn't pitch last year, and when he pitched his freshman year, it was in relief. He's ranked as a starting pitcher. William Schmidt, the number one pitcher that came to LSU out of a Catholic, he's a starter, and he's ranked as a relief pitcher.
I'm
So
curious if they pitched him in relief in the fall.
I don't know. I think so.
I mean, that's the only thing I can imagine.
But I think they kind of did a little bit of different things because Gavin Guidry, we know, is going to be a relief pitcher. We'll get to him here in a second, too, where he ranks. But he made a couple starts in the fall.
Yeah.
So, they just kind of do a bunch of different things, make sure guys get innings, whether they're on their rest, whether it's starting, relieving, whatever. See them in different spots. But, man, this team is good. So let's just dive right on into it. We got the number 2 ranked transfer.
Words
And,
are hard.
yeah. And Daniel Dickinson. He is ranked the number 3 second baseman overall.
Yeah. That one is just insane to me. Coming from Utah Valley.
Where he was the second best second baseman statistically last year.
Right.
In all of D1 baseball. So
yeah.
How is he ranked number 3 this year? Don't know.
See, that I don't know. And I'm excited. Like, I'm ready to listen to that, to be able to I'm ready for him to back up what they're saying about him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if he doesn't produce, it's going to be a little tough. It's going to be just a little tough, especially as Tiger fans, right? It's going to be a lot of, well, they said this about him, so I don't know. I can't wait to see what he does on the field and at the plate, right? You know what I mean? I can't wait to see he does in between those white lines.
Yeah.
And if he turns out if he hits fucking 380 like he did at Utah Valley, hey, welcome to the team, bud. Like, I have zero doubt in my mind that he's going to be able to produce, be able to do that. It just depends on where they put him in the lineup, honestly, because that matters. That matters a lot. Who they have hitting in front of him, who they have hitting behind him, who is he protecting, who are they, who's protecting him, et cetera. And so to see this kid, right, just come out of this Utah Valley, who the fuck are they? Is that a school? Community college? What is that? Like, I don't know. I have zero clue.
They're a D1 school.
Well,
small.
All right. Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, look.
I got the trash can over here if you want to just throw in that, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, too late now for that one.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm sitting right next to the trash can now, which is great.
But, yeah, dude, look, Daniel Dickinson, I wouldn't be surprised to see him lead off for 2-hole come first weekend, come Friday. We're here Monday night. We're pumped up. We're 4 days away. Like, man, we're almost there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Dickinson in the leadoff spot with what he's done in the fall, what they've been saying he's doing in the fall. Milam 1, Dickinson 2, Dickinson 1, Milam 2, Jones 3, something like that right off the bat. Well, I mean, we're about to get a taste and see for sure. But that's Daniel Dickinson. Let's go on to the shortstop. Let's go on to the shortstop spot all around Diamond. Start at first.
Yeah. Talk about Jared Jones. He's the number 1 ranked first baseman in all of D1. Yeah. We hit second base.
Let's go to short.
Yeah.
Stephen Milam.
Dude, this selection surprises me, but it also doesn't, right? So played second base last year, was a stud, made plays, right? He can tell he has the range, but the only thing he's really proved himself at shortstop is with high school, right? He was coming out of high school. He was like the number in all of New Mexico. I think he was like number 2 shortstop in the state or some shit like that. Like, he was ranked very high.
He was the number 1 player in New Mexico. He was the number 32 ranked shortstop in the country and 119 overall player by perfect game.
Okay. So, but he was shortstop. You can tell he has range, right? And you can just tell that he's going to be a stud at shortstop. But to put him as the number 2 shortstop, I'm sorry, 6. Yeah. So I want to see who's in front and who's behind. And I want to be watching them this year and just see if Milam just destroys that. You know what I mean? Like I want to see. I want to see what happens with this season. I can't wait to watch. I'm beyond excited for this. I'm trying to look up the other guys
Yeah.
right now because I know they posted on Facebook. I couldn't find it online. I don't know.
It's on D1 Baseball that we're subscribed to. This is all from D1 Baseball.
Oh, well, maybe I just did that.
But yeah, this is a guy last year. He had 326 on base percentage of 415, slugging 516. Only struck out 36 times in 221 plate appearances. This is a guy that's going to play every day this year. Remember, he didn't play the first couple of games until other people started struggling, and then he found his way in, and then never found his way out of the lineup. Obviously, we know what he did in that South Carolina game, and how big he was just all season. I mean, this is a guy that has proven himself as a freshman to be able to do this on the stage at LSU, playing in the SEC, being Mr. Clutch. It seemed like every time he came up last year. How is he ranked number 6? I don't know, but I guess other people that know more about other schools do these rankings. So
Yeah,
I,
it's but it. So what? I don't know. We can go. You can go to the next guy too at third base, and you're sitting there going, okay, a guy that's from what we know has never played third base in college. I don't know if he did at South Carolina or not.
no,
I don't think he did.
he
Right.
did.
So how is Michael Braswell the number 36 third baseman overall in D1? Right? Like how does that happen if he's never to I'm not doubting the ranking. I'm
Right,
not.
right.
But at the same time, it's tough for me to put a guy that's never played a position in a ranking at all.
Well, you're going specifically off of um, offense at that point. And I mean, this guy started 64 games last year at shortstop, hit 311, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 36 RBIs, scored 46 runs. Uh, remember at the North Carolina regional, this dude was voted all team at that regional. He was a monster. He had 381 with a homer, 3 RBIs, scored 5 runs. I mean, this dude he got off to a slow start, very slow, kind of shaky in the defensive side. But when LSU went on their run after they started 3-12, that is when we really saw Braswell just turn a corner and go crazy.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that.
I mean, he went from what, 8 in the lineup to number 2 and number 1 sometime leading off until they moved Tommy White there, come SEC tournament. And then they dropped him to 2. And I mean, between him and Milam, they just kind of switched them between that 5 and 6 hole and the 2 hole. You know, this is a guy that if you listen to other former LSU players talk, this is a guy that's either hitting leadoff for him or hitting 9 hole to turn the lineup over. Which one do you do? You got Milam, you got Dickinson, you got Jones. That feels like your 1-2-3. You got Derek Curiel, who we're going to talk about here in just a minute. That feels like he could hit at the top of the lineup. I mean, there's a lot of different ways and depth that this lineup can have to stick somebody down at the bottom and flip it over to the top again. And I don't disagree with everybody else saying this is a perfect 9 hole. But do you really want a 9 hole that you're counting on that hit 311 last year, hitting in the 9 hole and getting the least amount of bats than anybody else on the team? I don't know. That's the question that Jay's going to have to answer, and we'll see early on in the first couple series. But yeah, I mean, defensively, it was shaky. We'll see how he handles the hot corner. Um, yeah, I mean, you can. There's a lot of different ways to kind of look at that.
So with Braswell, here's the thing, right? So for me, I don't think he can cover as much ground as Milam.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So with that being said, putting him at third isn't a bad. It's not a bad idea. And you know how Jay Johnson when he plays a shift, he likes to just shift third baseman over, maybe behind second, or he'll take your middle infielders and swap them, move your third baseman somewhere. Like, me saying this out loud right now, I'm saying Braswell probably can't cover as much ground as Milam, but as I say that and talk about how Jay Johnson likes to do a shift and this and that, he's gonna have to. Like, he's gonna have to cover probably more ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Jay loves to shift, swap your middle infielders, which with Daniel Dickinson at second, I don't think you even have to.
Which I've never understood swapping them anyway. Leave both guys at their normal positions, take the third baseman, put him wherever you want to.
So he did it originally because I think Gavin Dugas was his shoulder was hurt
Yeah.
and he was playing second base, and you had Jordan Thompson playing short. That was the original issue.
Yeah, I do remember that. You're right.
So when he did it, I don't even, did he do it last year? I don't think he did it last year. Not much.
Yeah, I don't think it was much if he did.
I think at the big no, it wasn't even at the beginning of the season because Pearson was playing second base.
Yeah.
So that's I don't think that's in play anymore.
I don't think it should be either. If you're trusting Milam that much as short, leave him there. You got Dickinson. You know what he can do at second base. Leave him there. No reason to
I
flip him.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you. But so there was a guy at work. He said he went to the scrimmage yesterday. The scrimmage. He went yesterday and he saw a shift where Braswell was behind second base on
I
a
don't mind
lefty.
that. That's fine. It's fine with me.
Yeah. And even if you put Milan behind second base and put Braswell at short, like that kind of a shift,
Yeah.
Braswell played short.
Yeah. Easily.
Right. So that I don't mind at all. Is our login for D1 baseball the same as all the other shit?
I think it's changed a little bit. I'll have to text it to you.
That's fine. You ain't gotta do it right now. I
But
can look at. I was looking at it on my phone.
but
Well, like on their Facebook, on LSU's Facebook,
yeah.
where they have all the rankings at.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but I was trying to log in. I'll get it from you after. That way, I'm logged in on here.
All right. But let's talk about this next guy. Preseason freshman of the year. He's ranked number 55 outfielder in the country already. Never played it.
Number 4 freshman. I
Number
don't know if
4
you
true
caught.
freshman.
Yes, that's
Yep.
crazy.
But he's a preseason freshman of the year according to D1 baseball. This is the number 1 ranked perfect game freshman. So do with that as you will. We have heard Jay Johnson come out and talk about how he has separated himself from the rest of the outfielders. He said he plays. No, that was Dickinson that he said plays like Pete Rose.
Yeah, Dickinson
That was
plays
Dickinson.
like Pete Rose.
She said he's separated himself. I mean, this is a guy that was number 10 overall high school player in the country, second best player in the state of California, according to Perfect Game. So far in the inter squad games for LSU, he's hitting 388 with a 522 on base percentage, which I believe leads the team in all the inter squad games. This guy has all the makings of an absolute stud. 6'2", 2, can absolutely rake, hits left, throws left. This is no slouch here. This is a guy that every LSU fan should be so pumped to watch. We were pumped to watch Jake Brown last year. You should be even more excited to watch this guy play because everything that we're hearing about him. Now, granted, we didn't get to a scrimmage and get to see him live yet, but everything we're hearing about him and everything we're seeing, all the video coming out, this dude's a star in the making.
And it scares me because where is he going to play? Who's going to play 4? Because you got Ashton Larson, you got Jake Brown, which I hate to say it, but I think Jake Brown. Remember how when we did our LSU episode, the first one of the year,
Yep.
we did, what was it? We looked at lineups from the fall, and Jake Brown was DH in most of them. Kind of gotta put him at DH. You got Luis Hernandez, who's the number 10 ranked catcher in the nation, which I thought he was a first baseman, third baseman. I didn't think he. I mean, I knew he played catcher, but I didn't think he was. He's more of like a DH first
He
baseman,
DH more last year, yeah.
right? But he's allegedly ranked number 10 catcher in the nation, so he has to be behind the plate, in my opinion.
Yep.
You got it's his last year, so you if something doesn't work out with him, you start the season with him, and if it doesn't work out with him, you have two more guys that can go.
And it's an easy situation that you're in last year where a guy catches Saturday, a guy catches, Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday. Or when we get to SEC play, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean,
Yeah, never understood why they started doing that.
yeah, I hate it. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
But you got plenty of catching
Yes.
when the off season was, as we said in our originals episode, oh crap, what are you going to do at catcher? Travinsky's graduated, Malazzo's graduated, Brady Neal goes to Bama. You got zero catchers besides Fry and Jared Jones. And you're not putting them behind the plate.
Nope.
So,
Maybe Fry. I kind of trust Fry back there, but I'm not 100% sure if I do.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not sure. But at this point, you start Hernandez. He has to be in the lineup. Dude he hit what 28 bombs last year,
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
and Blaze Priester is your backup unless
Aaron Beatty.
Aaron Bide beats him out. That's plain and simple. I think so. I think here's your catching spot looks like Luis Hernandez, and then the next one up is either one of those two, and you let them battle it out in practice during the week, like midweek games, practice. You let them fight until Luis Hernandez's job is up for grabs.
Yep.
But I mean, I like what you say. Let especially before SEC starts, you go 1, 2, 3 just to see how they do. Because from what we hear, Aaron Bide is a fucking stud.
Yeah. Early in the fall, he was hitting 360,
Yeah,
which was second on the team. I'm pretty sure early in the fall, like Octoberish, the top averages were Brown, Curiel, and Aaron Beatty.
you got to have Brown in the lineup, so you got to put him.
I
You got to
think
put him at DH.
I'm still sitting here on the same mindset that I was before. You cannot have Larson and Pearson in the lineup together. You just can't.
Why? Why?
Because that's two outfield spots, which means Derek Curiel is getting the third one. I don't want Jake Brown in DH. I think he's too good in the outfield. But there's a fourth guy. Blaze Priester led the fall in homers. You can't keep him out the lineup, which means he's got to hit DH. And if you start Aaron Beatty or Hernandez at catcher, the catcher spot's taken up.
It's tough.
It's a great problem, but it is a problem.
Right. Jay Johnson's got a work cut out for him.
Yep.
For sure.
You can't go wrong. Whatever lineup you throw out there, you can't go wrong. I say you can't have Larson and Pearson in the same lineup. You easily can. Now, are you getting a lot of power out of those two guys? No, you're probably going to get a combined 8 homers, maybe, for the whole year. But are you going to get guys? Larson hit what, 290 last year, something like that. Pearson hit like 246, 250 last year. You might get some guys on base, but that's your 8-9 hole. They're nowhere near the top of the order.
Yeah.
And for me, with a team like Braswell, who hit 6 homers last year, that's not a lot of homers, but high on base percentage. Malam hit 12. A lot of them came late in the year.
Yeah.
But hits for average. Curiel, is he going to hit for average? Is he going to be a power guy? We don't really know. Jake Brown, hit for average or hit for power? More average than power. That's 4 guys in my lineup already that's more average than power. And when you got a Jared Jones that's hitting 297 with 30 homers, that's both average and power. To add two more guys that's going to combine for 8 home runs if they played every single game, every single inning, got 4 to 5 at bats a game. They're going to combine for 8 home runs total together. I just can't have that in my lineup. Not when I already got 6 guys that's going to give me average. I need at least 2 or 3 or 4 bumpers up in there.
I'm not going to say that having Pearson come back is going to hurt us, but I don't think it's going to help us the way people think. He's I've said it before, I'll say it again. He's probably one of the most clutch
Absolutely.
hitters you can have.
No
But
question.
I see him being in a pinch hitter role late in the game, but who knows, right? He's a senior, 4th year, just
Yep.
a regular old senior. This is going to be his last year.
He's the epitome of a glue guy. He came to LSU. He stuck with LSU.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I think we need him, right? Because he's been there, done that. He's been the downs, he's been the ups. Was
He
he?
can play infield. He can play outfield.
This is Jay's 3rd year, right? So Pearson was a freshman the last year of Maneri, correct? I believe so. Because his first year, Jay Johnson's first year was Dylan Cruz.
I think this is his 4th year. Because his first year, we didn't do much. Second year, he got Skeens. Last year, we didn't do nothing.
Okay, so this must be his 4th year.
This is coming up on his 4th year.
So I'm curious how that works if Maneri was the one that recruited Pearson. But Jay's kept him. So that's a good sign, right? So Jay obviously likes him. Jay obviously trusts him.
Yep.
It's just,
Yeah, this is 4th year.
it's tough to call it, right? Because, like you said, Ashton Larson, who I believe should be in the lineup, he's a badass outfielder. He gives his all,
I agree.
and he hits for average.
Yep.
Jake Brown.
And he puts together a great at bat.
Jake Brown reminds me a lot of a little bit more athletic Braden Joubert. Right?
And he's got all the tools. But this is a guy that is a stud.
Now,
He made a mistake in the 10th inning of a crucial
correct.
game.
Oh, absolutely.
This dude is an absolute animal. I'll take Jake Brown on my team all day, every day.
So, with Jake Brown, you get the power. And here's part of the reason why I'm saying you put him at DH. I think it's partially because he was the number 1 left-handed pitcher in the state of Louisiana. Put him at DH, bring him in as closer. Let him be Otani. Or Jack Tani. That's the thing. He can play outfield, he can play first base, and he can pitch. He can do everything a lefty is supposed to do.
Yep.
Right? Like growing up, you teach lefties, these are your positions. If you can pitch, you can pitch, play first base, and play all positions in outfield, you're going to be a solid lefty.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what he throw, like if he has like 93 with movement, or if he's throwing like 97.
No, don't say that.
I don't think he'll ever see the mound.
I don't either.
I really don't. I would have loved to see Gavin Guidry at shortstop. I would love to see what the fuck he can do.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen ever either.
No, definitely not.
He's a junior this year, draft eligible.
Yeah.
I think he needs to put on a little bit of weight to be able to. There's a little bit more muscle. He's built like a beanpole, bro.
I mean, let's go ahead and go to the pitchers real quick. Gavin Guidry's a 10th ranked overall relief pitcher.
That is, coming from Barb, like you have to be a stud. You got to be a stud to play for Barb.
Yep.
But I'm curious if he got recruited more for his pitching or his fielding, and if he got recruited for more of his fielding, and they were like, "Holy shit, he can pitch," that's a great discovery. Austin Bain got recruited as a pitcher. and made a couple starts. Ended up coming out the bullpen, and
Yep.
then the senior year, Brandon Broussard gets hurt. Hey, I can play second. Like I know Maneri saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he went to go recruit him, like Bain played short at Dutchtown,
Yeah.
but he was known more for his pitching, and then led the fucking SEC in doubles the senior year. I don't understand that.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy career.
Yes, hell of a career,
Yeah.
right?
It's just a wild career.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. But at the same time, like you look at all the problems that we have, which, like we said, are good problems to have.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle that as a coach?
I mean, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard to figure out, who's hot, who's not. When they get cold, how long do you sit them down? Because I mean, let's say a guy like Milam starts the year 0 for 16, sits the next weekend just to get a breather, relax. Do you put him back in on Tuesday in that midweek game, week 2 versus Southern and Nichols?
Depends on what his replacement does, right? You put Braswell back
And
at
that's what I'm saying.
short, and then you throw, I don't know, Priester or Hernandez. They put Jared Jones at third. So what do you do in that predicament, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not keeping Milam on the bench the whole season, though.
No, but
But when do you put him back in? Like, how do you navigate that? Is what I was saying.
and I mean that's the toughest question of all.
Yeah,
Dude, that's got to be rough. It's got to be rough.
it's not gonna be easy. I mean, it's gonna be tough. He's gonna catch a lot of heat all year long. I can tell you right now, we were hard on him last year, Jay Johnson. I ain't doing that this year.
No,
He's probably he probably has the most difficult. Um, he'll have the most difficult time putting a lineup out there than any team in the country, I think, because of how deep this team is.
Well, you got to think about it. 2 years in a row, we've had the number one transfer portal class, the number one incoming freshman class, and the number one returning.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So obviously, you're good at handling how you place all these studs. Now you also have some guys transferring out of there too. Blaze
Mm-hmm.
Priester was a prime example. He came, Jay Johnson recruited him because he was just, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? It was Jay's first year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he got redshirted that year, went community college 2 years, and now he's back for Jay's fourth year. So Jay obviously wanted him, but he probably said, hey, go play over here for
Yeah.
2 years, work on your game, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. Now
Like, so
it's
Jay Johnson recognizes talent, and he
yeah,
has it all over.
all over.
How he manages that talent is unreal.
Yeah.
He does a great job at it, and you're right. We gave him a lot of shit last year, a lot. But I think, in my opinion, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be it, like it's hard to find the words to describe what kind of situation he's going to be put in all year long because it is not easy to be the coach of any LSU team because we expect greatness.
I think any SEC baseball, football, like it's not easy to be a coach. Your
No.
job is on the line every single day.
Yep. But I mean, LSU, man, we just expect greatness, and a lot of teams do. But a lot of teams also understand the rebuilding process and things of that sort. Like, let's use, just real quick, Florida football, for example. Florida football don't expect to be great whenever they first hired Billy. Now, they overachieved last year. They're going to be really good for years to come. But those first 2 years, you weren't expecting greatness, right? Billy, LSU's basketball coach.
Will Wade.
Nope, the new one.
The,
Yeah, it's
I don't know his name. He's
Jay.
irrelevant.
It's a J2.
He's irrelevant at this point.
But but you look at what happened when he got hired. 12 guys on the roster, 11 of them transferred the year he got hired. He literally started from scratch.
Because Will Wade,
Yeah.
in what he do, he took all his recruits from Murray State and brought them on over, and LSU got fucking steamrolled.
Yeah. But my point is, like, we weren't expecting greatness at that point. You had so many people transfer. Baseball, you've been one of the top teams in the country for a long time, one of the top
We
programs in the
expected
country
it.
for a long time. We expect greatness. When you got off to a 3-12 start, you better believe everybody was giving you shit last year. I don't care if we get off to a 3-12 start or a 15-0 start this year. I'm not giving this dude any grief because he's going to have one of the hardest jobs college baseball coach has ever seen doing this because of how deep this team is. But speaking of deep teams, we expect Chase Shores on Friday. However, Cade Anderson has made his case for Friday night starts.
And look, what did we do later on in the year last year?
You
We
changed
swapped.
gate. Yep.
We swapped Jump and Holman.
Yep.
So at this point, I expect Chase Shores, but I will not be mad if Cade Anderson makes a start.
I expect Chase Shores on Friday this week and Anderson on Saturday. I mean, Cade Anderson, preseason number 17 overall starting pitcher in the country, ranked. Chase Shores, preseason number 46 overall starting pitcher in the country. These are two guys that are going to be anchors of this pen, this starting staff, this pitching rotation in general, anchors this year. Chase Shores coming back throwing 99, like we saw it freshman year for a little while before he got hurt. Tommy John missed all last year. Cade Anderson, we saw him be great last year. We saw him be last year. What Cade Anderson are we going to get? These people, he is ranked number 21 by perfect game in top 100 sophomores. So they're expecting a lot. I'm expecting a lot. This is a guy last year went 4-2 with a 3.99 ERA, 59 strikeouts, and 38 in the third innings. So he made 18 appearances, started 9 games. Most of those were midweek games. Most of the other 9 appearances were Saturday and Sunday games after we used Griff. So I'm expecting a lot. I am. I'd be willing to say I'm expecting more from Cade than I did from Thatcher last year because I disagreed so much with putting Thatcher in a starting rotation after what he did in the bullpen down the stretch of that championship year.
Yeah, you definitely hit that hard last year. I mean, we both did. I believe that Thatcher should have stayed in the pen. We had other guys. Um, Jump, I'm pretty sure Jump was coming back from Tommy John. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to do some research on that, but I'm pretty sure that's why Jump didn't come back till like mid-season.
Yeah.
But you could have stuck Cade Anderson in there. You could have stuck, I mean, fuck, you name it.
You could have gone game 1 and had Alabama's ace Luke Holman start, not Thatcher Hurd,
Right.
in game 1 of the season. Understand why you start Thatcher. He's been there from day 1. He was such a crucial part of the championship run. I got all that.
Well, not day one. He transferred from UCLA.
But he was there like the year before, meaning.
Right.
So
Understood.
he's coming back. He earns that spot, whatever. But this is a guy that was a monster out of the bullpen. And whenever they put him back there, he was really good. But yeah, I just disagreed with that a lot. But I think Cade Anderson, I'm expecting a lot from in the starting rotation. We saw him be really good in the starting staff midweek games. I get it. It's midweek games. You're not always playing top teams. Got it. Everything we're hearing, everything we're saying this guy's got every bit of potential to be Friday night starter and be game 1 of a College World Series. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I almost want to, like, if it's possible, which is, I don't think it's not because the game's at 2 o'clock on Friday. I was almost going to see if, we can sit in here, watch it, and hit live stream. But we'd have to set all that up. And the game starts at 2. Fridays I get off at 2, and
I don't.
you do not.
Correct.
I know Saturday I'm not doing shit.
That's this week. We might be going to Mandeville. I don't know yet.
Son
All
of
right.
a bitch.
Next guy. All right, so we talked Shores a little bit. I
He's
don't think we
what?
really have to
He's
talk.
30,
He's 46.
46.
We don't really have stats to go off of last year, so I think saying 46 overall is good. Ready to go to the next guy?
Yeah.
All right, transfer. Anthony Ianson coming in. He is ranked number 27 overall starting pitcher. This is another guy. You're going to be battling for a starting spot on the weekend. We just said Shores and Cade are going to go on the weekend. You got Ianson, who's coming in. Where exactly was he coming from? I forget where he's coming from. UC San Diego. Yeah.
That's the one.
He's coming in from UC San Diego, where he went 6-2 last year with a 3.07 ERA over 82 innings, 85 strikeouts. Opponent batting average was 190. This is a guy that's going to be competing with guess who's transfer ace for that last weekend start. We got Wofford, transfer ace, Zach Cowan.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a guy that ranks 23rd in college transfers. This is a guy at Wofford. He went 10-2 with a 3.35 ERA, 124 strikeouts, and 110 innings. First team All Southern Conference. He gave Wofford their first ever tournament win. First ever in history.
Yep.
And it was in the North Carolina regional that LSU was in. If you watched it, you watched this guy beat these teams like a stud.
Let me ask you this. Is Chase Shores has been pitching. Like he's been pitching this whole fall, getting up to 98, throwing gas, scrimmages, inter squads, everything. How ready is he? Because do we not see him at all this weekend, and we see him midweek game against Nichols?
No, I think who? Shores?
Chase Shores.
No, I think he gets the ball Friday night.
Okay, so we see Cowan or Anthony Ianson.
That's the
question. So here's the predicament, right? So just like the outfield, which also we forgot to mention that there is a Chris Stanfield transfer from Auburn that he should be in the mix, I believe, because you don't transfer as a junior not expect to play, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because he had that starting role at Auburn.
But look, this is another guy that started at Auburn. You didn't really get average. I mean, 276 is good. You live with it. But 4 homers. I mean, another guy that you put in the outfield. Let's just say the outfield is Larson, Pearson, Stanfield. You're getting a combined 12 homers.
Okay, but what are we going for here? Are we going for gorilla ball again?
Yes, because if that's your lineup, you're getting 276 out of him. That's not the best average. You're getting 250 max out of Pearson. Not good. And you're getting 290, you hope, 298 from Ashton Larson. Let me see what Larson hit last year.
Okay, but defensively, though, take Pearson out of it. I don't want, to be honest, I don't want Pearson there. If anything, you put him at fucking DH and let it ride. I don't know.
I agree. If anything.
Right, if anything. But defensively, how do you look? How do you look with Stanfield in center, Larson in right, and
Larson at 298 last year, by the way, with 3 homers.
Okay. You put Curiel in left. Now, what do you look like defensively? Is a ball getting past that outfield? Is a ball getting to the fucking wall?
No, but are we going to score?
You eliminate doubles, you possibly eliminate a lot.
Yeah, but Brown got speed. Curiel got speed. Stanfield's one of the fastest dudes in the country. I mean, there's other ways you can stop the ball from getting in the outfield.
But that's what I'm saying. You put Larson, Stanfield, and you can put Brown in there or Curiel, either one. A ball might not touch the fucking ground.
Yeah, you definitely got some speed. Yeah,
but
I'm not debating that.
But back to the starting rotation. Like, dude, this is the toughest year for Jay Johnson.
I'm super intrigued to see the rotation this week. What I want to do is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to write it down somewhere on the board. See what the starting rotation is. Who's our Friday guy, Saturday guy, Sunday guy?
Yeah.
And then come SEC play, I want to see who it is.
Yeah.
And then just put them up on the board somewhere. We'll write it in on one of these somewhere on the board.
Well, we should have really erased the board. I got Ipe Prison written behind me right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We knew we were talking about LSU. We didn't need to erase the board. So, but I want to compare where we're at to start. I want to do our starting 9 too, and just see.
Casey Evans, by the way, is another pitcher. He's not ranked, obviously, but
He's ranked.
And what is he then?
Jace Evans is
He's a freshman.
The 91st overall relief pitcher.
Oh well, fuck me, I guess. Yeah. All right, so he'll be coming out of the pen. So does he take over Griffin Herring's role?
I don't know, because you also got William Schmidt, who is the 13th overall relief pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Jaden Newt coming back. You got Maverick Rizzi, who's 6'9" on the fucking mound. Like, dude, this team they're so good. You're so good.
Yeah.
Right? Can you put it together?
Dalton Beck.
Yeah.
As well, that transfer, who also plays outfield. Like, what do you do with him? You don't know. And he's a senior, too. So is he just ring chasing? Because I don't know if y'all know this or not. But check this out. LSU and Tennessee are both tied for the best odds to win the national championship. Jace has his LSU jersey on. I got my Tito's Vodka orange bandana for Tennessee. Did that on accident. I cut the grass. That's how I cut the grass. But still, like, dude, you have so many options.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, and here's the crazy thing about Dalton Beck is, like, yes, he's listed as a left-handed pitcher on the roster. But last year at Incarnate Word, this dude hit 377 with 20 doubles and 18 homers.
Fuck it. Like, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is just wild to me. Jacob Mayers, I don't know where the hell he came from.
He came from Nichols. That was the guy.
Okay.
He led the country in walks, but if he can figure it out, he also had one of the highest strikeout percentages in the country.
Okay.
Like, if he figures it out and finds strike zone, he could be the Cam Johnson that everybody thought Cam Johnson was going to be.
He's 6'5", 220. He's a junior.
Monster. Yeah.
Yeah. So I cannot wait. I'm tired, honestly. I'm tired of fucking talking about it.
I know. I can't wait for Friday.
I'm so ready for Friday. I'll be starting to watch the game on the way home and then get here, watch the rest of the game. It is Valentine's Day. Me and Ola are going to go eat. She said she has a surprise for me. I don't know what that's going to be. I kind of ruined the surprise where we're eating dinner because she guessed it and she can't keep a secret for shit.
Good job.
She told me she got me something for Valentine's Day, some chocolates, that my buddy's wife makes. And he told me today that he has to deliver, and he was like, "Oh shit, I ruined the surprise." And I was like, "No, Victoria ruined the fucking surprise."
Yeah.
She can't handle herself.
And look, I just want to touch on this guy too, because I read today from somebody that's watched all the inter-squad games over the last couple of weeks. There's a guy that has been lighting it up against Shores, against Anderson, against Guidry, against everybody. And he has nowhere to play. He's a transfer from Blinn College in Texas, where he hit a cumulative average 2 years, Blinn College. Cumulative average, 398. 28 total homers, 142 RBIs, 28 doubles, and a career 490 on base percentage. So almost on base every other at bat. God bless you, D. Tanner Reeves, infielder, has nowhere to play.
Dude, I don't get it.
An infielder with a 398 batting average over the last 2 years, 28 homers, 142 RBIs. That is absolutely insane. Last year alone, hit 374, 24 doubles, a triple, 8 homers, 74 runs, and 56 RBIs. I mean, bro,
So
it's
so does he end up being the first guy out the pen? Or I'm sorry, the first guy like pinch hitter? Like the first pinch hitter off the bench? Or is that Pearson?
it's going to depend on who's
Matchups.
well, actually, it's not going to depend on matchups because if it's between him and Pearson, they're both lefties.
Oh, I'm
And
going Tanner Reeves. I mean, just hearing those numbers now.
based off stats alone, yes, you go Tanner Reeves.
Yeah.
And look, this is somebody that's been watching. I saw it on the X account. I can't remember exactly who it was. They said Tanner Reeves has been crushing it all of fall and now in these inner squads. It's such a good problem. I mean, it's so tough. This is going to be so hard for Jay Johnson to figure this out because you got guys that don't have anywhere to play. You got a Mick Paul that's stuck around. He has nowhere to play in the outfield. And this was guy one off the bench whenever they needed speed. You got a David Hogg, incoming freshman, absolute stud to play the infield. Nowhere to play. You got 3 catchers and only 1 catcher spot and 1 DH spot that could be given to Tanner Reeves or could be given to Pearson. Oh my gosh, man.
Have you changed have you waffled any on your starting lineup for game one?
No.
I don't see Pearson in there. I don't see Pearson in there. Me personally, if it's up to me, Pearson's not in the lineup.
Did I pick him in my lineup?
I think so.
I might have. The only reason that I would put Pearson in opening day lineup is because we saw last year, going back to Thatcher, he quote unquote earned a spot, right? What he did for us, he earned being able to get that first game start. Same thing here. He's been here 4 years. He's been Mr. Clutch for 4 years, or 3 years, I guess. This is going to be his 4th. So he's been Mr. Clutch for 3 years. He's earned the right to start, even if his numbers don't look as good as everybody else. That's why I say he's in there. Come week 3, week 4, come SEC play, no shot. Unless he just absolutely turned it around and just crushing the ball. But
SEC play, I think you kind of got to keep him in there.
You know, another catcher / first base / DH we haven't talked about?
Yeah, I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edward fucking Yaman from Dayton, dude. This guy played 53 games at Dayton last year, hit 342, 13 homers. Yaman.
Yaman.
Yeah, that too.
I don't fucking know. 6'5", 207 junior. I mean, that's pretty tough, dude.
Man, this team is solid. Friday cannot get here fast. 2:00 Friday cannot get here fast enough.
Yeah, I know.
I need to see this baseball team on the field. I already told my boss today I'm showing up to work in LSU jersey. Not this one. It's going to be the white pinstripe. That's what I'm pulling up to work in Friday.
I need to go.
I can't wait.
Is that one of the ones I bought in Tulsi? Okay.
Yes.
I need to order the rest of them. I traded my white one.
If you're going to go to a game, buy it at the game. Keep your receipt. If you, within that season, if it doesn't fit, you can return it and get a new one right off the shelf. I did it last year. That's why I know that.
Really?
The pinstripe that I have, I bought a medium. And I didn't even put it on because all my jerseys are mediums.
You wear a medium?
Bro, every jersey that I wear is a medium.
That's why them buttons look like they're about to hit me in the fucking face, you fat fuck.
You gotta get the chest hairs out.
Sorry, I got bacon neck on this fucking shirt.
I went back like 3 months later to the game and I was like, yeah, I bought this at game 1. Can I exchange it? Because it don't fit. They're like, oh yeah, sure, no problem.
So I got the old school one with the L, and I got the Tigers pinstripes.
I want the old school with the L so bad.
If you go to the game, get one.
I tried. They didn't have it. Because that's the one I wanted.
Go this weekend.
I might try to get out there one day.
Or go to sometime this week. Go stop by the store. Right next to Mike's Cage.
Oh, yeah. They do have them out there. Yeah.
They should.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. I think the last time I went there was an LSU football game.
Yeah.
But so normally during baseball season, though, if you go to Dick's, they're like $30 cheaper, and it's the same jersey.
I'm going to have to look at their website and see.
The one over there by the only Dick's around, the one by the mall. That's where I got mine. Yeah, sorry
Good
about
man.
that. Yeah, I'm good. But no, that's where I get my jerseys from. Unless, so I think at Dick's all they have is the purple, gold, and plain white. So I had to get the other two at the game. So I think I need to go to Dick's and fucking still like $90, but
It's better than 140 online.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, that's all I got for tonight. What about you?
I don't know. I almost typed in dicks.com and that,
That wouldn't have been good.
I think it redirects you.
I think it does.
I think a lot of people might have had that problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's not try it.
and
No, our life.
well, I literally typed in Dick's in the search bar and dicksportinggoods.com came up.
Yeah.
So I just clicked on that.
This is not a paid promotion by Dick's Sporting Goods.
No, it's not. But I was about to try to look up these jerseys. But fuck if.
I just think Friday can't get here fast enough. We didn't cover all the routes again. We're going to get up in here maybe Thursday and do this again just because.
Yeah.
Or Saturday after the game, after game 2, and talk about our game 1, game 2 experience.
Yeah.
Game 3.
I personally don't have anything to do Saturday.
If we don't go to Mandeville. So
I know it's supposed to rain.
It is.
You can actually
it's
get
also supposed to be in 30s.
Oh my goodness.
Because of the rain.
My sister just tried to FaceTime me. But
anyway,
Coach. Yeah, so you can actually get a number 47 Tommy White gold for $100.
No, you know me. I like no names on the back.
I know. But, well, all right, bud, you want me to close out?
Yeah, go ahead and take us on out tonight, Coach.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. We're going to try to figure this shit out. We sat here for a solid 30 minutes, and hopefully this is the right format. Hopefully this is what we need to do. We need to get some lighting. I look kind of black and white, but we're going to figure that one out too.
Yeah, believe it or not, we are in the same room. And for whatever reason, your light keeps flickering and mine does not, and I don't know why.
I don't know either. It doesn't flicker on my. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been a great time. Love talking LSU baseball. Appreciate everybody. This has been Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.